Yes, we are live. So, welcome friends to this session of launch of the Dirghayuh COVID KAVACH. So, I welcome you all on this Sunday evening for giving the time and joining us. So, we will be starting with the prayer. So, I'll request Terina also to be there and we can start with the prayer. So I request everyone to join the palms. We'll start with Om Sahana Bhavatu.
Let's begin the session by giving a salutation to the Almighty. Those who knows the prayer may chant with me. Om Sahana
Sahana
Bhavatu
Bhavatu.
Sahanau
Sahano
Bhunaktu
Bhunaktu.
Sahaviryam
Sahaviryam
Karavavahai
Karavavahai.
Tejasvinavaditamastu
Tejasvinavaditamastu. Ma
Mavidvishavahai.
Vidvishavahai.
Om
Om
Shanti
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 Shanti.
Shanti.
Good evening, all.
Terina, you're not audible. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Am I audible now, sir?
Yeah, you're audible.
Good evening, all. I, Dr. Terina Thangjam, Chief Naturopathy Consultant in BHG Guwahati. Welcome all the dignitaries, Dr. Ramakanta Sharma, Dr. Kamla Kanta Kalita, Dr. Ramesh PR, Dr. Amit Mishra, and my colleague, Dr. Amrita Pincha, to today's soft launch of the online support program, Dirghayuh COVID KAVACH. On behalf of the Dirghayuh Enterprise and Vivekananda Health Global Guwahati. I also would like to, mention that after receiving an overwhelming responses from our previous year's sessions, Ayurveda for all and integrative medicine for all, we are also launching integrative medicine for all 2021. Once again, welcome all. Now I request Dr. Amit sir to give us a brief introduction about today's national webinar.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tarina. So today we have a privilege of having the teacher of teachers, Dr. R.K. Sharma sir. He is a guiding force for so many students who are pursuing these studies and who are also practicing. So I welcome you, Dr. R.K. Sharma sir. Our privilege to have Guruji here. Then we have Dr. K.K. Kolita sir, who has been the health minister twice. And today, because tomorrow we had the swearing in ceremony, so he is a bit busy. And all the way from Kerala, the Ayurvedeshala Kottakkal, the kings of the pharmaceuticals, whose classical preparations for last 118 years have been the backbone for all the Ayurveda practitioners. So today we have the privilege of having Dr. Ramesh Warrior sir. So welcome you to this program, sir. So today I will be trying to just give you a brief of what the Dirghayuh COVID KAVACH is. Now with the pandemic second wave here, we all have a lot of fears, and we as a practitioners have certain responsibilities to the patients who are coming to us. So why not to have a certain online support program for them, when we can help them to reduce the stress, when we can help them to calm down. So with this intention, we have come out with Dirghayuh COVID Kavach. So this will involve the regular yoga sessions at their place by the trained therapist, so that they will help them to ease the stiffnesses and the malaise and the body pain which they have, to improve the lung functions, because there is a lot of respiratory distress. So we have the breathing practices, the SGP, synchronized global prayer, which will be taught to the participants on day-to-day basis. This is a 14-day program. Along with this, then our own herbal immunity boosters and anti-infective preparations. Now we have been all talking about Ayush 64 also, which Dr. Ramakant sir will be guiding us. So with all these things, we will be providing on the basis of their Prakriti Parikshan. So this is whole of the package, and then everything has, if you want to monitor something, it has to be measured. So pre and post a certain standardized questionnaire will be given, so that before the start of the program and end of the program, we will be able to see the changes in them. So this is the brief about the Dirghayuh COVID Kavach. And I'll go back to Dr. Terina to take over from here.
Uh, now, I invite my colleague, Dr. Amrita Pincha, who is our who is our Ayurvedic consultant of BHG Guwahati. Over to you, Dr. Amrita.
Thank you, Dr. Terina. A very good evening to all of you. Myself, Dr. Amrita Pincha, Ayurveda consultant at BHG Guwahati. It is our immense pleasure that today we have with us renowned Dr. Ramakanta Sharma sir. Sir is principal of Government Ayurvedic College and Hospital, Guwahati. Sir is also professor and head of Department of Rasasastra and Bheshaj Kalpana, Government Ayurvedic College, Guwahati, and State Drug Licensing Authority, Ayush, Assam, Directorate of Ayush, Guwahati. Sir has done his BMS in 1986 and MD in Rasasastra and Bheshaj Kalpana in 1990. Sir is also awarded PhD in medicine. Sir also holds the post of in charge drug testing laboratory, Ayush, Government Ayurvedic College, from March 2009 to till date. Sir has more than 30 years of experience in the field of Ayurveda. Sir has also been a PhD research guide for Srimanta Sankardev University of Health Sciences, Assam, and Guwahati University, guiding more than 60 numbers of scholars. Sir has very keen interest in research and contribution to subjects, especially different issues of drug and cosmetic field of Indian medicine and development of herbal formulation and many more like this. On his credit, Sir has successfully conducted project on roadmap of medicinal plant in Assam and market information. Sir has more than 50 numbers of research papers published in international and national journals so far, and a good number of seminar and workshops attended in India and abroad. Good evening, sir. Sir, I would like to request you to share your experience and knowledge on Ayurveda and role of Ayurveda in this current situation where Ayurveda can help people in COVID situation. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Amrita. First of all, I welcome all the esteemed panelists, Dr. Ramesh Warrior sir, Dr. Amit Mistry. I have seen many more senior faculty, Dr. Anil Kumar Sharma, Dr. Kanika Goswami, Dr. Deepak Goswami, and many more. They have joined in the webinar. Shortly, our ex-honorable Health Minister of Assam, Dr. Kalita sir, is also joining. So it is a privilege to me being present in this webinar, specially designed as well as launched by the Dirghayuh group, as well as the Vivekananda Kendra, which is situated in Guwahati itself. I have a many opportunity to visit this organization. They have given a very open service to the people, especially in the field of Ayurveda and integrative medicine. They have a very good initiation, especially Dr. Mamata and Dr. Amit, as well as his team. They have conducted. I have witnessed with this as there are various programs, especially their yoga program, Panchakarma, and various therapy, as well as their organizing various free medical camp in this COVID pandemic. Also, they are today launching a very good program that is Ayush Kavach. First of all, I welcome to the webinar all, and I hope the organization definitely they will give a very good impact as well as a very good service to the people. So before starting off with my experiences as well as my thoughts, I want to introduce my institution, which is located in the Jalukbari in Guwahati, which is a very old and premier institute, Government Ayurvedic College Guwahati, which is situated in the way back 1948. This institute is a very premier institute, and it is initiated as well as founded by our founder principal, Professor Jagadish Chandra Bhattacharya, with then Chief Minister Gopinath Bardale, as well as many stalwart of Ayurveda here, and imparting a very good service in the, especially in North. And I am very much pleased to inform you that this institute is the only institute in the Northeast. But very recently, there is another institute from the Government of India as a developing Shillong. But I think most of the Northeast, as well as in whole India, whole country, we have a lot of alumni of this institute who is in a very good position and working in various fields. So, being a principal of this institute, I want to highlight that our institute, this is a institute where we have a fully 14 department, right from Kaya Chikitsa, Shalya, and all the undergraduate department, as well as we have a 6 postgraduate department where around 30 postgraduate students in every year admitted in 6 different subjects, 6 different specialty, where Kaya Chikitsa, Shalya, Prasuti, and the others like Roga Vigyan and Sarira also. So this institute also giving the post graduation in the 6 every year in with a 6 scholar strength, that is in the Samhita Siddhant. So this is a very premier institute where we have a 150 bedded hospital, which is already been developed by the 300 bedded hospital by the Government of India's fund, as well as now this hospital running with the 120 bedded COVID care hospital, as well as we have 50 bedded general hospital. So in last year, in the pandemic, we have a 100 bedded COVID hospital. This time we are planning to, it is increased up to 150 bedded, and already 120 bedded hospital is running. Side by side, we have extending our service to the general patient also, non-COVID patient also, that is 50 and 50 general patient. And this time, we have introduced for the COVID patient, along with the modern intervention, that is IU 64. As you all know, the IU 64, which is a very good preparation. And this time,
You have become mute. Kindly unmute.
sorry, it's okay now? Yes. So this IU 64, which is launched by the ministry, especially on 7th of May, and from the same day, we are also giving as a supportive therapy the IU 64 to all the COVID patients side by side. And we have giving a very encouraging result these days, especially the patients are very happy to take our IU's intervention. With this, I want to add all the faculty members, they are busy with this COVID care, as well as in Guwahati, in and around Guwahati, there is many COVID center where our faculty members, they become the in charge, as well as they are providing their services to the COVID care center. So during this pandemic, the IU's intervention, especially the integrative medicine, having a great role, especially what Dr. Amit and Mamata, they have designed. Along with this Ayurvedic medicine, they are giving all the asana, pranayama, yoga, as well as a meditation, and which we have seen that is a great role. As because this government Ayurvedic college, we have also this type of facility under the sustainability department. We have a very good yoga hall, as well as with 2 numbers yoga instructor and 2 specialists is there. So we are also regularly extending service, yoga service, especially the meditation to our patient. And we notice the patients are getting very quick, as well as patient getting fast results. We hope the IU's intervention, as well as the integrative medicine, having a great role to combat this situation, especially this pandemic, we can overcome with this approach. In Government Ayurvedic College, we are planning that we want to give each and all neighboring, we have a 20 number villages, we have identified all, and our doctors, they are regularly visiting these neighboring all the villages, and they are giving the suggestion as well as awareness with the help of this our Ayush mission and their intervention. As you know that like the National Health Mission, Ayush mission, which is launched in 2014, in Assam also we have Ayush mission, and this Ayush mission providing this type of Ayush intervention, especially among the mass people, and our faculty member, our doctor students, they are involved with this program. Especially, we have designed a Government of India's Ayush program, which is known as a Ayush Gram. So in this Ayush Gram, this type of pandemic, as well as Ayush intervention, we are bringing to our people, especially the suffered people, to give this Ayush intervention, especially the herbal medicine, as well as use of herbs. In my introduction, Dr. Pincha has already mentioned that I am very much keen for the herbal medicine. From 2005 to 2010, I being a nodal officer, State Medicinal Plant Board, and that time I have a lot of opportunity to work with this industry, as well as the mass people which are actually living with the Ayush drugs. They are tradering trading the Ayush medicine as well as the Ayush herbs. And now I have the opportunity from last 7 years, I being a drug licensing authority on Ayush. I have directly contacted with around 64 number licensed company in the state of Assam. As you know, the Patanjali, Dabur, the big pharmaceutical house, they have also their own production house here. The Imami, they have their 3 unit in and around Guwahati, where around 3,000 people, 3,000 workers is working in day and night, and they are also preparing various drugs. And this time we have taken one initiative that all the Ayush drugs is Ayush company. They have going to be prepared. We have launched a meeting to prepare some Ayush interventions, especially these Ayush squat, which is developed in last year in pandemic. That is Ayush squat, where there are 4 herbal ingredients, which is designed and taking as a decoction and getting, we have a very encouraging result. And this time also we are introducing this Ayush cut to our patient, and we have already instructed to our all the pharmaceuticals organization that they should available with a minimum price these Ayush cut.
Sir, kindly unmute yourself, sir.
Us.
Sir, 1 second, sir. You have muted yourself, sir.
Yes, is it?
Yes, sir. It's okay now.
Okay. So with this Ayush Kahra, actually we are getting, last time also we are getting very good result. Government Ayurvedic College, within the campus we have a state pharmacy with the fund of the government of India. Through Ayush mission, we are getting fund for our state Ayurvedic pharmacy, and we have prepared the Ayush Kahra and we have freely distributed to all. And we have seen that the person who had taken regularly for 2 to 3 times the Ayush Kahra, they are getting very immune, and they have the confidence that if they suffer in the COVID also, but their suffering may be minimized. So this time also, with the help of this government of India's initiative and with all the COVID protocol, we want to introduce this the Ayush Kahra to our patient too. So with this word, I conclude my experience during this COVID period, as well as the Government Ayurvedic College extending their service during COVID to the common. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable and informative talk. That was really a nice and elusive talk. And sir, अभी कोविड के सिचुएशन में जो सेकेंड वेव आया है, सर आपने जो इंफॉर्मेशन दी है वो सभी को बहुत हेल्पफुल होगी. थैंक यू सर.
Thank you.
I believe Dr. Kamala Kalita sir hasn't joined us yet. So moving on, I would like to again invite my colleague, Dr. Amrita Pincha. She has done her BMS and MD on Ayurvedic medicine. Now she will be sharing with us about ashwagandha and Ayurvedic herbs and its role during this time of pandemic. Over to you, Dr. Amrita.
Thank you, Dr. Terina, for the introduction. During this pandemic situation, there is a very important role of immunomodulation in the prevention and treatment of COVID-19 infection. The herbs like guduchi, ashwagandha, silajit, amlaki, they are very effective in boosting our immunity and rejuvenating the tissues and our body. Ashwagandha has been an important herb in Ayurveda for several thousand years. The roots of the plants are classified as rasayanas, which are reputed to promote health and longevity by enhancing our defense mechanism against disease. And many studies have been conducted on ashwagandha, on the immunomodulatory action of ashwagandha. And it is found that ashwagandha boosts our immunity by enhancing by activating the lymphocytes. And other various mechanisms have been found in the researches that ashwagandha, how ashwagandha works on our body, and can prevent us, and it can be helpful in this COVID infection. In some of the researches, it is found that ashwagandha boosts our immune system. It has immunomodulatory action against COVID-19 by inhibiting AC2 expression. And main protease, it is the key protein required for the maturation of COVID virus. In many studies, it is found that ashwagandha targets this main protease and can provide an effective treatment against COVID-19 by inhibition of the viral polypeptide cleavage. I would like to share some of the slides in which I will show the various studies that have been done on the immunomodulatory action of ashwagandha and how it is useful in COVID-19 infection. Okay, so here is the COVID virus. So the COVID virus enters our body through the cell membrane with the help of AEC2 receptors, and after the entry in the cell, the viral replication in cells with viral and host proteins occurs, and after assembling, the virus release again in the bloodstream and affect the new cells. So as I have already told that ashwagandha works by inhibiting this AEC2 receptor, that is by inhibiting the AEC2 expression, and another action it does directly on the main protease. By inhibiting the main protease, it can prevent the further assembly of the virus. These are some of the studies that have been conducted recently. Identification of bioactive molecule from Withania somnifera, ashwagandha as SARS-CoV-2 main protease inhibitor. SARS-CoV-2 host entry and replication inhibitors from Indian ginseng. It was an in silico approach. Targeting COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2 main protease through active phytochemicals of Ayurvedic medicinal plants, that is ashwagandha, giloy, tulsi. It was a molecular docking study. Vithanol from Withania somnifera attenuates SARS-CoV-2 receptor binding domain and host AEC2 interactions to rescue spike protein-induced pathologies in a humanized zebrafish model. another study, COVID-19 inhibitory activity of vethanolides involves targeting of the host cell surface receptor AEC2 insights from computational and biochemical assays. So these are there are many more studies that have been done and are being done on the immunomodulatory actions of ashwagandha. Besides this, ashwagandha is also found to possess other phytochemical activities like anti-stress, anti-tumor, then anti-hypertensive, anti-diabetic, etc. At our center also we are prescribing these type of medicines to boost the immunity of our body and to prevent us from this current the second wave of COVID. Such Ayurvedic medicines are also being prepared by Kottakkal Arya Vedashala. Arya Vedashala Kottakkal is a century-old charitable institution engaged in the practice and propagation of Ayurveda. Arya Vedashala offers classical Ayurvedic medicines and authentic Ayurvedic treatments and therapies to patients from all over India and abroad. We are highly obliged to announce that today we have with us renowned Dr. Ramesh PR Sir. Sir is an Ayurveda physician and is presently the Chief of Clinical Research at Kottakkal. Sir has done his BMS in 1987. Sir has successfully completed the post-graduation diploma in hospital management conducted by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Sir has more than 30 years of experience in the field of Ayurveda. Sir has started his career as an assistant physician with Kottakkal Arya Vedashala in the year 1988, and from then until 1996, Sir has worked in different departments of the company. Sir is presently the chairman of the technical committee for Ayush clinics and hospitals and a member in the accreditation committee of National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers. Sir is also a visiting faculty to Natural and Integrative Medicine in Germany. Sir is also member in the Ayush subcommittee for evaluating the collaborative project on acute promyelocytic leukemia conducted by Vaidya Chandra Prakash Cancer Research Foundation, Dehradun. Sir was also associated with many other organizations like CCRS, ICMR, CSIR, and Department of Ayush. Sir has represented Government of India at different international platforms also. Sir has participated in national and international conferences. Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, thank you. So shall I speak now?
Okay, yes, sir. Sir, we would like to, sir, know, sir, the role of Ayurveda in this current situation when everyone has a fear that they may get affected with this deadly virus, and even if anybody get infected with simple influenza virus, then also they get the fear that they may be affected with COVID. So, sir, we would like that, sir, kindly, sir, share, sir, your knowledge on how, okay, sir, we can maintain a positive attitude in this situation, sir.
Okay, okay. So actually, first of all, thank you, Dr. Amrita, for your kind words. And respected KK Kalita ji, who was not joined, and Dr. R.K. Sharma ji, and of course, Dr. Amit Mishra ji, and all other dignitaries who are present in the meeting, and my dear colleagues and friends. Actually, I have prepared to share some slides about the research activities which is going on. But of course, Dr. Amrita was telling about COVID. My experience I can share. Um, First of all, I would like to tell you that actually the integrative medicine approach is an excellent one, because the future medicine is actually integrative medicine. Because I have been working in so many, I was 17 years the chief medical officer of our Delhi hospital. There, I had an exposure to have so many foreign doctors visiting our facility there to see how Ayurveda is being practiced. So everybody, because we take it from USA, Yale School of Management, John Hopkins, or any other, because Belgium group of physicians, from Russia, from Germany, from Malaysia, and many countries people have visited. Everybody was discussing about integrative medicine, because the future medicine is integrative medicine. Why? You all know, you are all doctors, because I always discuss this in all my platforms, but I just want to tell you that actually the world has completely changed, especially now because of the COVID virus and all. Earlier, the infectious disease, we all know that the disease, the change in the disease scenario, it is from infectious diseases, the deaths have now, the toll is mainly on chronic lifestyle disorders. But now, last year, the corona has come, the life has completely changed, and we don't know what is the future now, not yet still settled it now, but still the chronic conditions need to be, because we are now forgetting, only everybody is thinking about corona only. There are people who are suffering after cancer, chemotherapy and all, they are all suffering. And there are people with stroke, people with the neurodegenerative disorders. So many people are suffering. They are not hospitalized, they are at their home. But how to improve their quality of life, this is very, very important, because we have a cancer clinic. Because my topic, I don't know whether I'm discussing so many things, because last 20 years we are seeing cancer patients in charitable hospital. There actually now 50 cancer cases, only cancer cases are coming. In that 50, 4 types of cases are coming. One is after their conventional therapy, they are fine now, they want to prevent. They want to escape from another attack. That is one group. Another group, they have done all chemotherapy, radiation, surgery and all, but they didn't get any relief. So they don't know, the modern medicine also told them that now we have nothing to offer. So they don't know where to go. So such people are coming to us, and many of them are really comfortable with Ayurvedic medicine. And third thing is the side effects of chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery. They are also getting, many of them have good quality of life. And the fourth group is that people coming solely for Ayurveda. They don't want to take any other medicine. So that is where we treat, and we are trying to help them to improve their quality of life. That is one aspect. Regarding, because I feel that we will just share the slides which I have prepared. Afterwards, we will have the other discussion, because I don't want to take much of your time. 20 minutes, that is what I am trying to, just a minute, I'll keep the time on.
It's okay, sir.
Okay, just 20 minutes is all right? Or yeah.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
just
Surely.
sharing this. This is quickly, I'll just very quickly share, because this is the research activities of Ayurvedishala. Dr. Amrita has briefly told that it is the service to humanity, that is the main aim or mission of Ayurvedishala. Manufacturing of genuine Ayurveda medicine, traditional Ayurveda treatment is being carried out, and education is promoted, because Kottakkal Ayurveda College is given because financial assistance from Ayurvedishala. then research-oriented activities, and the sale of these medicines. We have direct 26 branches and more than 1,500 dealers, authorized dealers, where we distribute. Why? Because this is the, in a nutshell, about Ayurvedashala. The 190 started in 1902, and it's a charitable trust. There are no private beneficiaries sharing the profit. Actually, the 45% directly goes to the charitable hospital, where food, medicine, stay, everything is free of cost. Both modern medicine and Ayurveda, both OPDs are there. And then for 45% is given for the research and its own development, and 10% is given to the Kottakkal Ayurveda College for promoting Ayurveda education. And the trust earns its income through sale of medicines from paid patients. And the main objective we have already discussed, patients across the world seeks medical help, because we have a 350-bedded hospital there, and then the 160-bedded charitable hospital also. And then in Delhi as well as in Cochin, we have another 2 hospitals. Everywhere we have patients from all over India as well as from all over the world. More than 52 countries, people are coming with chronic ailments. So all these neurodegenerative disorders, cancer-related issues, liver, kidney problems, age-related issues, autoimmune problems, because we are all practicing doctors, all kinds of people are coming. Management of chronic debilitating diseases is considered to be one of the strong area of therapeutic capabilities of Ayurveda. Now, if you come to research, I'll just finish this, then I'll very quickly I'll discuss this. This is R&D. We have a R&D wing where products, process, development and pilot plants are there. And then CMPR, Center for Medicinal Plant Research, and clinical research, which I am looking after now last 2018 only, because I was in Delhi from 2001 to 2017 as the Chief Medical Officer of the Delhi Hospital. Then now I've been asked to come to Kerala, and then we have recently started this clinical research department. If you see the R&D, because all these kind of activities I need not tell, because it the analytical studies, the R&D research department, analytical activities of product development, analytical activities of shelf life studies, standardization, then quality protocol development, HPTLC development, undertaken collaborative research with Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, Hyderabad, and biomarkers were isolated in many this thing, and standardization and in vitro enzyme inhibition study, new product development. So many things are going on there. Then earlier the clinical trials they were undertaking. Then Ayush funded projects like in project of SOP standardization of many medicines. Partner in Amalaki Rasayan, because it's all internationally published in peer-reviewed international journal. The studies on a Amalaki Rasayan and Resicintur have come in Drosophila model, in fruit fly model, one is, and in animal model and in human model. So in human model, it is found that it helps in DNA repair and delays aging. Cardioprotective role was established in mouse model, and Drosophila model, starvation tolerance, heat tolerance, and again the aging, DNA repair, such things were established, and this is published papers in international journals. And then WHO, because we have done an IVDP research in collaboration with the WHO fund, and that was also published. Another project in collaboration, because all these are done in R&D. And now, if you see the medicinal plant, that is a very important aspect in medicinal plant sector. Now, we have many equipments which help in modern studies, and that tools have been used in establishing many things. This is actually founded in 2002, and it is still going on. Plant and center has 5 divisions: plant systemic genetic resources, crop development biotechnology, extension, pharmacognosy, and phytochemistry. And here, collection, conservation, and documentation of rare, endangered, and threatened medicinal plants, enhancing the resource base of Ayurvedic medicinal plants, quality control and authentication of Ayurvedic raw material check adulterations, and method optimization of judicious sustainable use of raw material, and scientific validation of traditional knowledge, and identification of substitute of rare medicinal plants. This is being done, undertaken, and they are very seriously doing in CMPR, for Medicinal Plant Research. And the clinical research department, as I told you, very recently established. And what we generally do is that we have 20 beds where we admit not general cases, only MND, motor neuron diseases, cerebral palsy, cancer complications, such cases where there is treatment is very difficult, but we are documenting it, giving our classical treatment and seeing whether we are helping them to improve their quality of life. We are not at all claiming any cure and such things, but just to improve their quality of life. And that is being done there. And then in collaborative project, one interesting project was this Manipal Institute of Technology. We have just completed that. It is an HPLC LIF. HPLC, laser induced fluorescence, to see in breast cancer patients early detection whether it is possible, and with a protein study, because the fluorescence of a protein that is just completed, and we are preparing the report. And the second one is now we are envisaging it's because of, in this analysis of our 20 years data of cancer cases, we have seen that many people are living with good qualities of life more than 5, 6, 7, 10 years. Now, many people are really good. So we submitted this data to one of the modern institute, because without their support, we cannot do the modern research. So the MVR Cancer and Research Institute, their oncologist visited our organization and they saw the data and they are interested now to have a collaboration. So we have signed an MOU with them. And at the same time, we got a scientist from Indian Institute of Science who is really interested in Ayurveda. So he promised us to do the animal study and cell line study with our drugs. And so we have submitted now a project with a collaborative research project in lung cancer cases to study that. We are waiting for a fund for that to start with. And the second, now the ongoing studies with COVID, with the CSIR Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad. So there the cell line studies are going on with our some products, and that is progressing. Now it is, we cannot say anything about that, but we are expecting some positive results from them, because as they were just indicated that actually it is working well. That is what we know now. So I just wanted to mention as an introduction about this thing. And of course, the COVID aspect I told you, I'll just stop sharing. In between, what happened, that it is just for your knowledge, I am just telling that we have in our CMPR, Center for Cellular and in our Center for Medicinal Plant Research, we have all the modern equipment. So the scientists there studied about, because in the first lockdown itself, because we all know that the classical preparations like Indukandam, Villuvadi, Mukkamukuduvadi, these are all certain Sahasra Yoga preparations. So Indukandam we all know, it is from Sahasra Yoga, which has got a very important actions on our immune system. And Villuvadi Gulika in Sarpa Visha Pradishedam, Ashtanga Hrudayam in Sarpa Visha Pradishedam, after the snake bites in conditions, it is recommended. So this we have been using, and Mukam Kudwadi Guliga we have been using in so many kinds of fevers. So we have been using this earlier also in our day-to-day daily practice in chikungunya conditions or dengue fever was there. We effectively used. So we know that it has got some antiviral properties, anti-immunoinflammatory property, immunomodulatory property. And so we did the chemical profiling of these things, and we found out that actually these have got Indukantham mainly is having immunomodulatory effect and antioxidant properties. Mukkamukudwadi Guliga has a lot of antioxidant properties, and Vilwadi Guliga has got antiviral properties. So this can, because these are the ideal drug of choice which can be very well used in these conditions. And now in Hyderabad, the study is going on in specific COVID cell lines, not on any other viral, because they have a virology lab and they are studying it on viral COVID cells. Then we will be having more specific report that at least this is helping in some way. And that now we have to do clinical trials and such things, but it is a positive move that we are trying to do. So, and this paper we have published in Springer journal, and from there, actually the US NIH, National Institute of Health, notified that as a recommendable journal for in this COVID management. So it is being accepted by the international society, and many people have referred that. That is a positive thing that we would like to tell you. And as right now, Ayurvedishala has started a COVID cell with the help of the municipality, Ayurveda municipality. We have in mild and moderate cases, people, COVID positive cases without symptoms, COVID positive cases with symptoms. We are giving medicines because the counselors will come there and they will hand over all the details of the patient, and we directly contact the patient is at home. We directly contact them over phone, and accordingly we send them the medicines free of cost. Ayurvedishala is sending the medicines, and many of them in the earlier first lockdown also, Quantum government, Kerala government has done a wonderful job. They were in police officers or health workers and media people. They were actually having so much exposure with COVID patients and all. So as a preventive measure also, they have tried this. And in asymptomatic cases and mildly positive because with symptoms they were given. More than 1 lakh people have used Ayurveda medicines, government Ayurveda medicines. And then only 300 people developed very mild symptoms and no complications were reported. And this report is going to be published very recently by government of Kerala. Same is our private person, because I've been using, I was in Delhi, so from Delhi, now there is no oxygen in each and every house. People are suffering from, the whole family is down with COVID and all. So they called with panic, Dr. Sahab, kuch batayenge, kya karenge hum. So I was just telling them all these things, because now we have a clinical experience that in earlier conditions we have used it, and these are all safe medicines. We are all talking about herbal medicines. We are not using any metallic preparations or anything, but purely herbal preparations, and that has helped in many number of cases. It's our observation, and now the study, because in Kottakkal we are recording, documenting it in a very, very positive way, so that we need to, because we are really giving officially to COVID positive cases. So in a nutshell, because in post-COVID and post-COVID syndrome, that is another area that we are trying to help them, because post-COVID, lethargy, extreme lethargy. And as you all know that there are compromises on lung tissue, and cardiac tissue can create a lot of problems. So we are trying to help them. But at the same time, we have given instruction to all doctors that extreme weakness and such things, immediately they have to be referred to cardiology department just to rule out any cardiac involvement, because in emergency we cannot do anything. So but other people are helped with these things, and anxiety disorders, allergic disorders, and people who were previously diabetic, now their diabetic medicine is not working on them after COVID. So all these complications are there, and we are actually trying to help them. And the fortunate thing, being Ayurvedic fraternity, I would like to tell you very, very happily that actually what we have observed, it's only an observation. I cannot say that it's a scientific study. Observation that people who have recovered with Ayurveda medicine have less complications, and they are all happy. They are not having much weakness, and so that is our experience. And then, so definitely we need to work together, because the yoga, homeopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha, integrative medicine, that is something superb. We have to sit together, and even the modern medicine, because when I was in Delhi, more than 30 allopathic doctors from their very top hospitals were my patients. So they have very open mind. But so we discuss, still people are taking, because allopathic doctors are taking Ayurveda medicines. They are calling me and asking us, Rameshji, what to take, because they are also now little panicky, because the second wave is something double mutated virus, and it is not amenable to any kind of treatment, and creating problem means everybody is getting panicky. And so, but we are with a very open heart, with very humble way, we with love and respect, we help people. This is what we are trying to do now, and that is being because propagated. Our Ayurveda medicines are very, very, very effectively being used by all the communities right now, and let us hope for the best. And with a very humble and loving prayer to all people all over the world and India, and the people who are hearing my words, humble pranam. And I'm not claiming anything, but I'm also helping to do something to help the people who are suffering. Thank you for inviting me in this your session. And I think now it is more than 20 minutes. I would like to stop here. And if you have any doubts, any questions to ask, I'm only happy to answer. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable words. It was really a nice and informative talk. And it's our pleasure to know about all the researches that you are conducting. And it is a boon to the field of Ayurveda.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Dr. Terina?
Thank you, sir, again. Thank you, Dr. Amrita. Now I take the privilege to introduce Dr. Amit Santosh Mishra. Sir is an Ayurvedic graduate and a PhD yoga scholar. Sir has an experience of 20 years in the field of Ayurveda, yoga, and Panchakarma. He has also completed the central government project of yoga and diabetes as a SRF. Sir also did a paper presentation on breast cancer and yoga at the Harvard Medical School in Boston. He was also invited by the Health University of Guadalajara, Mexico, for a special yoga event. Sir is also now engaged in an year-long project on Ayurveda and diabetes. Sir, I invite you to explain to us about the integrative medicine and its role in this current situation.
Thank you, Tarina, for that kind information. In fact, I am between the two big stalwarts. On one side, we have R.K. Sharma sir. On the other side, we have Dr. P. Ramesh. So I find myself very belittle, and it is my privilege that we have such a good speakers. And I just would like to do a small PPT presentation, whereby I'll just try to give the highlights of how the Dirghayuh COVID Kavach is, and how we will be able to help the integration of yoga, Ayurveda, and naturopathy. So the plan is for 14 days, whereby the daily follow-ups will be given. Also, there will be the anti-infective and immunity booster medicines of the Ayurveda. There will be pulmonary rehab practices from the yoga. Then from the naturopathy side, there will be the diet counseling, and we will be having the de-stress and the positivity sessions from the yoga. And we also will be doing the counseling with them, because now people require reassurance that I am fine, everything will be fine, I won't have to go to the hospital. So whether it is for COVID prevention, or it is for the people who are in the quarantine state or in the hospitals, and as Dr. Ramesh sir said, it is also about the post-COVID rehab. So we are trying to have this at all the three levels. So if we see in the as per the Taittiriya Upanishad, it has been given about the Panchamaya Kosha. In Ayurveda also, if you see, it has been mentioned about the Jana Upadvans. So there is a specific chapter which has been there in our Ayurveda text, which has been mentioning about this. So we feel privileged that this has already been there into our classical text thousands of years before. And that is why even now, when we have the patients, we do the Prakriti Parikshan, and we feel, yes, the path has already been set, and we would have to walk down on this. So if we see the 5 facets of personality, I'll just try to correlate how this Panchamaya Kosha concept is very effective as of today also. So the first facet is the Annamaya Kosha. It is the physical body. It is because of the type of food which we take. So in our program also, we talk about the diet, because the nutritious diet forms the very basis of our body. When we talk about the immunity, the Annamaya Kosha, the kind of food, the Anna which we have, is the basis of this. So in the Annamaya Kosha, if we see, there are people who are suffering at the physical level. It is maybe the body pain, it may be the fever, it may be the stiffnesses, and so all these things can be taken care in the form of Sukshma Vyayama. So in yoga, for the small joints, the practices has been given, whereby this Sukshma Vyayama will help to minimize the stiffnesses at each of the joints. So this Annamaya Kosha plays a very vital role in the approach of Dirghayuh COVID Kavach. It will be also giving us the guideline of the kind of nutritious food which one should take, and which will be easily digestible. The second facet of this Panchamaya Kosha is the Pranamaya Kosha. So as we all know that the respiratory distress is a major concern, whether it is COVID first wave or the second wave. So when we do the synchronized global prayer, the synchronized global prayer is a form of a breathing practices whereby we will be able to unite the people of the world with a common thread, with a common set of practice of the pranayama. So if this practices is also helping us to generate more nitric oxide. This nitric oxide helps by its ciliary action to clear off the dust, the viruses, the bacteria, and also cause the vasodilation of our air pipe. So this is why the pranamaya kosha plays a very, very important role in the approach towards the COVID. Secondly, when we talk about the pranamaya kosha, it also involves the aggravation of the vata. And because of this aggravation of the vata, the breathing is discomfort, plus the aggravation of vata will bring about a lot of fear, restlessness, anxiety, and depression. So when we are trying to calm down the breath, when we are doing the humming practices, when we are doing the SGP, this will help to regularize this aggravated vata, and thereby this will promote sound sleep and bring about lot of calmness. So if we see the third facet of the personality, this is the manomaya kosha. Man is always full of desires, is full of emotions. And now because of these conditions, hearing all the news, all the numbers which has been coming up, we all feel very disturbed. So what to do when we are doing the kind of a prayer, like how we started our session with a opening prayer, or we have the universal prayer where we have the well-being of everyone, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. And when we chant the mantra, or in the evening time when we do the Hanuman Chalisa, so when we recite the name of God, so इससे क्या होता है कि हम अपने आप को एक अच्छे पॉजिटिव थॉट्स से कनेक्ट कर लेते हैं, और ये पॉजिटिव थॉट्स को कनेक्ट करने की वजह से क्या होता है कि हमारे मन में जो उथल पुथल है उसको हम कम कर पाते हैं। इसीलिए थोड़ा समय हमें अपने आप को देना चाहिए जहाँ पे हम ये मंत्र का उच्चारण कर सके, हम थोड़ा सा भजन कर सके, और अच्छे लोगों की संगत, सत्संग हम कर सके। तो इस करने से क्या होगा कि हमारे मन में जो फियर है, जो डर है, उसको हम कम कर सकेंगे। तो ऑल दिस नेगेटिव इमोशंस जो आ रहे हैं, that we will be able to slow down, that we will be able to calm down, and that is the beauty of Dirghayuh COVID KAVACH. The fourth seat on this is the Vijnanamaya Kosha. जैसे हम सबको कहते हैं विज्ञान, दी नॉलेज, जैसे आज हमारे साथ में दो स्टॉलवर्ड्स हैं, उनका नॉलेज, उनका एक्सपीरियंस हमें एक रास्ता दिखाता है कि हम कैसे आगे जाएं। सो दिस विज्ञान इज बाय दी डॉक्टर्स। ये हमें बताते हैं कि आप डरिए मत, आप अपने घर में रहिए, आप सेफ हैं। सो दिस विज्ञान इज वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट, एंड दैट इज वाई हम ये दीर्घायु कोविड कवच में देर काउंसलिंग करते हैं। वी ट्राई टू कीप हैव ए सेशन, हम उनको समझाते हैं कि ये कैसे आप इसके दीर्घायु कोविड कवच के प्रैक्टिसेस से ये डर को आप निकाल सकेंगे और आप विजयी होके बाहर निकलेंगे। सो ये विज्ञान, ये नॉलेज ही हमारा सबसे अच्छा दोस्त है। जब हम ये बैलेंस कर पाएंगे, हम आनंद में अन्नमय कोशा, प्राणमय कोशा, मनमय कोशा, विज्ञानमय कोशा, तो इससे क्या होगा कि वी कैन बी इन ए स्टेट ऑफ हैप्पीनेस, हम खुश रह सकते हैं। हम सब का प्रयत्न यही रहता है कि हम खुश रहे, हम आनंद में रहे। तो इसीलिए ये हमारा ओरिजिनल नेचर है, और इसी नेचर को अटेंड करने के लिए, उसको पहुंचने के लिए हमें ये एक एक स्टेप पे चल के जाना होगा। तो अन्नमय कोशा, प्राणमय कोशा, मनोमय कोशा, विज्ञानमय कोशा और आनंदमय कोशा, और इस तरह से हम ये दीर्घायु कोविड कवच का जो अप्रोच हमने बनाया है, ये पांचों शीट्स जो है, पांचों फैसेट्स ऑफ पर्सनालिटी जो है, उसको वो टच करके जाता है, और इसीलिए आपकी रिकवरी फास्ट होगी। हो सकता है कि आपको किसी को कोविड हो गया है और आप एलोपैथी की दवाइयाँ ले रहे हैं, स्टिल उसके साथ साथ में हम ये दीर्घायु कोविड कवच जो है उसको को कंबाइन कर सकते हैं। आइडिया क्या है? आइडिया ये है कि आपकी रिकवरी फास्ट हो, आपका हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन का पेन, आपका हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन का खर्चा नहीं बढ़े। और इसीलिए ये दीर्घायु कोविड कवच जो है ये हमें वो एक दोस्त की तरह हमारा साथ देगा। तो ये 5 चीज़ें हैं जो मैं आप सबके साथ में शेयर करना चाहता था। और मुझे लगता है कि ये प्लेटफॉर्म जो विवेकानंद हेल्थ ग्लोबल ने बनाया है, जहाँ पे हम इंटीग्रेशन की बात करते हैं, हमारी सभ्यता जो है, आयुर्वेद, योगा, नेचुरोपैथी, वो हमारी सभ्यता है, वो हमारी संस्कृति है। हम उसी को क्यों नहीं वापस जाके उसको ब्लेंड करें? तो इससे क्या होगा कि हम तो बचपन से ये चीज़ों को यूज़ कर रहे हैं, तो हमें उसका इफेक्ट भी बहुत अच्छा मिलेगा। इसमें कोई केमिकल्स भी नहीं है। तो जैसे रमेश सर ने बताया, डॉक्टर आर के शर्मा सर ने बताया कि आयुष काढ़ा है, इसमें इंदुकांतम कषायम है। तो ये सारी चीज़ें, विल्वादी गुलिका है, तो ये सारी अपनी हमारी संस्कृति के हिस्सा है। आयुर्वेद हमारी संस्कृति है, तो उसी को हम क्यों नहीं, लेट्स गो बैक टू अवर ओन ट्रेडिशन, और इस तरह से हमें वो पूरा पूरा फायदा इसका मिलेगा। वैसे भी अगर हम स्टैटिस्टिक्स को देखते हैं तो 90% लोग हैं जिनको ये होगा और वो घर पे ही ठीक हो जाएंगे। तो जब हमको घर पे ही रह के ठीक होना है, तो क्यों नहीं हम ये इंटीग्रेशन का पूरा पूरा फायदा उठाएं। तो दिस इज ऑल आई वांटेड टू शेयर, and I will go back to Dr. Tarina.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the knowledge. So now we are open questions from our audience. If he has any questions for our panelists, they can drop in the chat box, and then we can pick up if there is any specific questions for our panelists. In the meantime, I believe Dr. Amrita Pincha has a question for Dr. Ramakant Sharma.
Yes, sir. Yes. We have the first question for Ramakanta sir, for you. So, what is Ayush 64, and we would like to know about its availability, sir.
Ayush 64
and its availability, sir.
Yes, yes. The availability of Ayush 64 now, as per the Government of India's instruction, all the state government, they have procured it. So it is available, and the manufacturers, they have directed by all the drug licensing authority to prepare Ayush 64. But this is a patent drugs developed by CCRS. So the technology, they have to be purchased from CCRS with an agreement. So already there is a number of institutions, they have already taken the licenses, and they have prepared. So Ayush 64 in government sector, it is available. IMPCL and the other organization, they have prepared, and it is available especially in the Government of Assam drug depot, and with available with all dispensaries. So in government sector, you will get it in Northeast.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, the next question is for Ramesh, sir. Sir, the question is, in this second wave of COVID-19, it is seen that youths are getting more affected with the virus. So is there any specific preparation for this Kotakal Ayurveda Shala is preparing, sir?
No, it is a very important question. Youths are more affected because many reports from many area of Kerala also, it is coming like that. My humble request to all of you is that actually, if possible, keep our immune system vibrant, because that is the only possible way, because with only one medicine, or because it's a new virus and we don't know how it is acting. So many people are telling their own theories, but very honestly speaking, it is an immune system mediated inflammation. That is what is ultimately happening in this thing. So if our innate healing potential, if our immune system is kept vibrant, immune system is not simply with medicines. You should have actually good exercises, nutritious diet, with good metabolism, very good microbiota to have a very good metabolism, and stress-free mind, and then sleep. You should get a good sleep. All these are important. Along with that, you can have certain medications, and of course the yoga, pranayams and such things, and keep your immune system vibrant. And please don't get it down, because stress everybody has. Nobody can be devoid of stress. But how do we handle stress? For that, yoga only can help you, because the meditation, relaxation techniques, and pranayams and such things make you more confident, and the presence of mind when you deal with these things. One. Second thing, mainly R.K. Sharma sir was telling about Ayush Kvadachurna. I would like to highlight it very specifically. A lot of studies have been done. Ayush Kvadachurnam is basically 4 parts tulasi, 2 parts ginger, 2 parts dalchini, and 1 part kali mirch. This is what is Ayush. So if you analyze it, all these drugs are available very commonly around us. The dalchini, ginger, kali mirch is available in our kitchen. Tulasi, of course, is available around us. So that is the reason that it is very commonly available drug. And its chemical profiling we have done, it has got all these properties, because tulasi has antiviral, antibacterial property, and it is an antioxidant. Ginger has already been proven by many universities, not even in India. In syncytial virus and all, ginger has. And our Deepana Pachana Prakriya, because Sharma sir will be in a better position to explain it. Deepanam Pachanam Agni Balam is very important to keep our immunity. So for all these drugs are Deepana Pachana drugs, and which actually has a lot of antioxidants. So on a regular basis, if you use these medicines, and please avoid your alcohol, smoking, junk food eating and such things. And genetics, of course, plays an important role, but that we cannot change. Non-modifiable or age, sex, genetics, we cannot do anything. But by changing your these lifestyle and diet and thoughts are also very important, because always try to be happy and try to be helpful to other people. That kind of positive vibrations make your immunity vibrant. Whereas if you are always under pressure, under jealous, under creating problem for others, that kind of thought negatively affect you. So this is the best way to control this. Of course, use all the medicines recommended by your doctor, Ayurvedic doctor, to boost up it. But there is no specific medicine just to relieve from the second wave. That is in a nutshell, I would like to say.
Okay, surely, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Amrita. The last question we have is for Dr. Amit, sir. Sir, you have talked about the Dirghayuh COVID Kavach. So, sir, can you tell us and tell our audience that how can they or we enroll for the program, and how can they avail these sessions and gain the benefits, sir?
Yeah, Dr. Tarina. In fact, we have the privilege today that we are doing the soft launch of having the dealership of Ayurvedeshala Kottakkal in Guwahati at Vivekanand Health Global. So it is a privilege for us that the high quality medicines will be available at Guwahati at our center. So with this itself will be a very plus point for us when we are talking about Dirghayuh COVID Kavach, or when we are talking about the delivering results to the patients. The second thing is I'll just do the sharing of my slides. I
Thank you,
just would
sir.
like to, yeah, I would like to share something in the slides.
Sure.
Yeah. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to show a few of the setups, okay, which we have brought about at the Vivekanand Health Global. It is a beautiful place of 3,500 square feet. And the idea is that we need to create ambience for the people who will be taking the treatments for the Ayurveda. So आप ये देख सकते हैं ये this is the beautiful ambience of the Vivekanand Health Global. 3,500 स्क्वायर फीट में फैली हुई जगह है, सिटिंग एरिया है, पीछे फार्मेसी है, और ये 8 थेरेपी रूम्स हैं जहां पर आयुर्वेदा, योगा और नेचुरोपैथी के अलग अलग ट्रीटमेंट साइमल्टेनियसली कर सकते हैं. साथ ही साथ में ये कंसल्टिंग रूम्स हैं जहां पर डेडिकेटेडली डॉक्टर्स थ्रू दी प्रकृति परीक्षण लोगों को देख सकेंगे और उनको कॉटगल की जो मेडिसिन हैं वो दे सकेंगे, और हमारी जो अच्छी हाई क्वालिटी मेडिसिन हैं आयुर्वेदा की वो यूज़ कर सकेंगे. तो सिंस ये 14-day प्रोग्राम है और ये लाइव जा रहा है दीर्घायु फेसबुक पे, तो दीर्घायु फेसबुक पे हम अपना नंबर भी शेयर करते हैं, और आप में से जो लोग इंटरेस्टेड हैं तो वो हमको संपर्क कर सकते हैं. हम आपके डिटेल्स हिस्ट्री लेंगे. हमारे पास में टीम ऑफ डॉक्टर्स हैं जिसमें एमडी डॉक्टर्स हैं, पीएचडी है, और ये ट्रेंड हमारे पास में योगा टीचर्स हैं जो कि आपको मदद करेंगे कि ये तकलीफ के समय में आप उसमें से कैसे बाहर आ सकें. मैं चैट बॉक्स में वो नंबर भी आपके साथ में वो मेंशन करता हूँ. Yeah. So over
Thank
to
you,
you.
sir.
Yeah.
So we have come to the end of our sessions. Last but not the least, I would like to extend my gratitude to our panelists today. Dr. Ramakanta Sharma, thank you, sir, for joining us. Dr. Ramesh PR, sir, thank you, sir, for joining us. And for sharing for sparing your valuable time and sharing the experience and knowledge with us. I would also like to extend my thanks to the Vivekananda Health Global team for helping us and organizing this program. And I also would like to thank the audience who have made this session complete. Thank you all once again. So to end up the session, let's all chant Shanti Mantra. You can join your palm in front of your chest. हम chant करेंगे साथ में.
Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve
Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid
Dukha
Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
You.
Thank you for your kind
Thank you.
presence, sir. Thank you so much, sir.